Welcome, everybody. Is it 7 o'clock already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome. Let me tell you about the changes that have been happening. I had everything all figured out. I was going to do the next painting, the Ottendorfer Library, but then something happened last night. And I realized I have to change all the plans. I'm going to take tonight instead and speak of 9/11 because I was there, and what I recorded in my mind, I also recorded in a drawing and in a painting. I'm still wearing the mask because I don't have my new dentures in yet. So I'm going to leave this part open so I can have air, okay? But you can't see that I don't have my teeth, okay? What happened 2 nights ago, today is the 12th, and 2 nights ago I got a phone call from a very dear friend who is in the painting, and I'll show it to you when I show the painting. And she said, Hedy, tell me again about 9/11, because I remember you were there. And as I told her the whole story, I realized I made a painting out of it and a drawing out of it. And I need to show you that. On the wall, you have a number 84.
And 83.
Take a look at it. Shall I show it to you here also? Let me tell you how this part of my life began. Whenever I worked downtown, anywhere near Barnes and Nobles, I would go there for coffee in the middle of my work, many times, because they had a reading room, and you could read anything you wanted to while you drank their coffee. And I happened to look out of the window one day, and I saw this awesome panorama of buildings. The Green Market was here, and the buildings of New York City, including the World Trade Tower, were right here. Can you show it?
Mm-hmm.
We're all not technically equipped. Can you see it? If not, it's on your wall, so you don't have to worry. And also, it's on my website. Okay? So I asked for permission because by then I loved Barnes and Nobles and I knew all the people there. And I said, if I don't paint, if I just draw quietly by your window, could I draw that panorama? And they said yes. I didn't say anything about painting because that's messy. And so I drew it. And I did not draw what you see there now. I only drew the background. And I went home and I put that background on a big canvas. And I began to go into the street to paint. And the idea was to do the Green Market and the buildings with the World Trade Center in the background. And one day when I was sitting there and painting, Kenny, if you could put out number 83,
Mm-hmm.
then I can show them exactly where I sat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'll point it out to you, and then you can point it out to people. Okay, I was sitting right here, facing Broadway, okay? Where those yellow buildings are, where those yellow trucks are.
So I'm going to put my finger there so that people could see.
I was sitting there and painting, and there were enough people who knew what I was doing who would always come whenever they saw me and watch the painting happening. And suddenly a phone rang, a cell phone. And the man whose phone was ringing picked it up and he began to yell, "Oh God, no, oh no, 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 no." And he ran out into Broadway. And all of us ran with him, because by then we'd become a sort of community. And I saw the World Trade Center in smoke. I remember just standing there, and everybody else just standing there, because we knew it wasn't happening. There's no way that smoke was coming out of the World Trade Center. And the man who had heard the phone ring said, "This is crazy. Planes don't come here. There are no planes here." And that was when I took photos, which I can't find. I looked all day yesterday before I was going to do this, but I've looked countless times before. I am very careful, except when I'm not. When I'm in a hurry, I put anything everywhere and can never find it. Next week, I will speak of what I had intended to speak of today, which was about this wonderful book by Dr. Joe about giving respect. And I try so hard to give respect to everything I do, but I'm too sloppy. This should teach. I spent hours looking through all my photographs to see if I could find the World Trade Center on that day, and couldn't. If I ever do, we'll do a Facebook on it. But everybody said to me, "Hedy, go home. Don't stay here. Something bad is happening. Something so bad that we don't know the outcome." So I packed up everything and I went back to Barnes & Noble's. And the doorman said, "Hedy, go home. Go home as quickly as you can. Something terrible is happening. We're under attack." And another plane, we just found out, was headed towards Washington. So I didn't have my car. I was going to take the train. And I was used to walking to the train. I carried all my equipment in a knapsack, in a chair, in the easel, everything. And I grabbed everything. And I thought I could never make it to the train station. But my daughter worked fairly nearby. She worked. As somebody said to me, my friend Gary, when I told him the story, he said, "Did you walk into the smoke when you went to Joni?" I said, "No." He says, "Okay, then you didn't go downtown. You went correctly. You didn't know at that time that the smoke was deadly. That smoke was its own attack." And I went to Joni's office, the Fortune Society, and everybody was sitting around a table wondering how they could get home with the trains running, deciding to walk over the bridges. Everybody felt walking was better than any transportation because planes were coming and killing the World Trade Center and other parts. And so I was going to go to Joni to sleep. I spoke to Eric, my husband, and he said, "Hedy, don't come home. I think the trains can get stuck in the middle. I think whatever train you take, we are under attack. Stay with Joni." So I slept at Joni's house, and so did my son, Kenny. And in the middle of the night, my son said, "You know what? Nothing else is happening. let's go down. I'd like to get you home. Let's go down and I'll get you a taxi. So we went down, Kenny and I, and he got a taxi for me. And this is another thing I'll never forget of that night. When we got to Penn Station, I said, how much can I pay you? And he said, nothing. I'm not taking a penny from anybody tonight. This is my gift to the country. Everybody drives free with me tonight. We're under attack. And he wouldn't take any money. I remember saying to him, but you need it. And he said, no, I need this more. I got home. First of all, when I got to Penn Station, it was strange. It was so quiet. I took the train, and Eric was waiting for me at the train station. And that was a terrible night. What happened was, the afterthoughts. What do we do when we're attacked? We attack bigger and better in our minds. Hiroshima. Is this who we are? If somebody kills me, who can I kill back? If they kill 10,000, can I kill 100,000? I know, and I hope one of you remembers what I'm going to say, that there was in the news once a group of tanks, and I don't remember. I believe it was in China. I don't remember. But young people were meeting it with flowers instead of guns. They met with flowers. When do we learn that we have bigger bombs now? What I had planned to speak about today was about 2 books which changed my life. One of them is, yes, which we're going to show them. Yeah, that's...
But can I just share who's on watching
Yes,
you for a
I'd
moment?
love it.
Okay. So Marilu Bilgray de Rodriguez is watching, and Lauren Roth is watching, and says, good evening, Hedy and family. And Greg says the sound is good. And Julie says hello. Julie Williams says hello all. You sound great, Hedy. And other people watching. Leon Mack is here, and he says, hey,
Yes.
Hedy, I'm watching you.
Good, I'll show him soon.
Good.
He's in the...
And Marilu says, hola. And Janine says, hi, Hedy. And Tammy Smith says, we can see it. And Carol says she's watching. Kent Almquist in Sweden is watching.
Wonderful.
And I just want to tell you that as you're speaking, faces with hearts and love and hearts are all coming up, and also faces crying with what you're saying. Tons and tons of hearts and
Please.
loving faces, and also tears.
Then please, become my family. My family is peaceful. And be my family and begin to think of how do we fight back with love. There's a woman named Kate Kolwitz who is able to, she was able to show what the war is. Do you know how she showed it? She did a drawing of a father and a mother searching graves to see who killed, if there is a grave of their son. Must we always kill back? Can we do something? Can we begin to be different?
And Eileen says, we are your family, and love wins, this we know.
Okay. You see, when Mary Lou found my wonderful new relative for me, who put out that wonderful saying by the man who wrote Cosmic. I wrote it all down.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm not remembering.
Yep, because I'm excited. Neil deGrasse Tyson wrote Cosmic, without glasses and without teeth. I'm a mess, but I wouldn't miss tonight. Okay, Cosmic Queries. But Dr. Joe Schrand, and I'm going to speak about those two things next week, okay? Unleashing the power of respect. What if we respect people so that if they hurt us, we don't think of ways of hurting them back over and over and over again? Maybe we'll change the world. There are enough of us. Thank you, Facebook. Now I'm going to show you what happened with what I did to the drawing. I filled it with people asking if somebody heard of somebody, if somebody knows somebody. All these people were looking for the people they lost in the World Trade Center. Okay, and now I think we should go to the painting, which is a painting of peace.
Do you want me to show this?
Yes, this verse.
Okay, I'll go bring it out from there.
Jose, when you sent me that quote, it changed the way I feel about things.
Do you want to say something about it first?
Yes.
Or I just put it
Yes.
out now?
By the way, we are eventually, not now, not during the COVID time, we're going to be selling prints that I made of the paintings. We will be selling this, but not until after COVID disappears. Want to show this, Kenny?
Sure.
It's a limited edition of my drawing. It's called 9/11/01. Union Square after 9/11/01.
Oh, good, Jesse is here. Maybe Jess has a better idea how to show this.
Wonderful.
Oh no, this is working.
Yay,
There you
Jesse.
go. Okay. Do you want to say anything about it, Mom?
I just want to say that in a few months, when hopefully we can take things out of storage and sell them, we're going to be selling the prints also of the green market. Did you show the green market?
I showed the green market earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's go
Do you
to...
want to say what this is, though? Or anything more? Or no?
What should I say?
But just about the people with signs, and,
Yes.
if you want to.
These people had the signs. Shall I read some of them?
I don't know. Sure.
You
Yeah.
read them, Kenny.
Oh, okay. I'll read them. Yeah.
These were real signs.
It says in the right-hand corner, Hedy's signature, Union Square, New York City, 9/13/02. It says Our Heroes. And it says Lost, and it says Found, the names of people who are found. And then there are many, many boards with people's pictures in them, so many people's pictures. And then big signs saying, help me find, and then people, and then someone with a sign that says, hope is alive. And those are just some.
Thank you. Shall we go to the painting? Okay. Now, you tell me where to put it. Just remember, the sky is dry, but the bottom is not.
I'm going to have to block your face, maybe. Let's see.
How about putting it on the ground?
Yeah, can you put it on the ground here and just hold it?
And I'll hold it so I can explain things.
Yes, yes.
I want to start with Leon Mack.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me perfectly? Okay, this is the important thing. This is the first time in my life that I had to do a painting from photographs. And I hope that never happens again. But what I did, I asked people who are kind. There are more than that, but I wasn't going to do people I've already painted. And what I did was this. One of the kindest people I've known has been Leon Mack. Leon Mack is the man in the brown suit, yes. I had people send me the photographs that they love the most.
And Leon is here watching.
Yes, but I have to explain Leon to you. Long Beach, where we lived at that time and where we had just began a business called Follow Your Art, which was a picture framing business, because Eric loved working with his hands. And we couldn't afford to hire anybody. And a young man came to us and said, "Could you hire me?" Now this young man was black. Long Beach at that time was pure white. At least the people I knew who came for framing were always white. And we knew how hard it was for him to get work at that time. And Eric said, "Leon, I can't afford to hire anybody. We just bought this building. It was a drugstore before. I'm having to renovate it to make an art gallery. I'm having to buy machines. Try again later." Leon came back over and over again. And one day Eric said to me, "We can't afford to let him go. Anybody that consistent, we can't afford to let go." And we hired him. Leon never made mistakes. I once said to him, "Leon, if somebody complains about the size, can you just get some my water? I'm sorry. I have the water standing in the kitchen." And I said, "Leon, when somebody complains that we sent the wrong size, we check what they had done, what the order they had given, and it was always what you did. How come you never make a mistake?" And he said, "Because if the width is one size, I do those two sides. But I don't allow myself to look at the length." Kenny, thank you. It is so good to be having free family working for me. Thank you, Kenny. Okay. And he said, "I never make a mistake because I don't do two things at once." Leon, to this day, I teach myself to be a Leon. And I really try. I don't succeed. I still make mistakes. But I keep you up here. Thank you, Leon. And when I was taking exercise classes in Long Beach for seniors, the lady there said, by the way, there is somebody named Leon Mack. He said he's the son of Leon Mack. Do you know anybody of that name? I said, of course. She says, can I give him your phone number? I said, of course. Well, we met in a diner, and I have photographs of that. So there is Leon. Okay? Let me go further and tell you more kind people. The ones I haven't put in before, and I'm putting in now, okay? Let's see. The lady with the t-shirt that has a picture on it. See it? Yes. She is our city manager, a woman who posed when I asked her for the picture. She sent me this wonderful one, which is not the way a city manager normally would send a picture. It would be with a suit. And I love this. So this is Long Beach. Then, who else did I not speak about? How am I doing the time? We're doing fine. The people I have just put in. Okay? This is a person who's going to be maybe finished by next week. But she is a miracle. Her name is Dory Smith. Dory is like Leon. She loves what she does. She gets joy out of things. And I would like to have her teach me how to have joy out of technology. I spoke to her about it. How do you teach joy to somebody who's in terror of technology? And there is Dr. Joe. You see, with the red tie, with the brown jacket? He's the one I will speak about next week. And here again is my Dina, who called me the other night and had me tell the story of 9/11, which changed my program for tonight. I'm going to be very serious about this. If the only way that we can win is by killing others, maybe we're going to destroy ourselves the way we have been doing. Let me give a speech about what I need to speak about. The other day we had an invasion of ants, tiny little ants, in the kitchen. They found out where we had candy, and they took over. They also took over when I love to eat things without a plate and just grab something with crumbs, and the crumbs fall on the ground. And I found out that I didn't mind killing ants. I killed them. Let me ask you, is this part of being human? The joy of killing something defenseless? If so, we have to get rid of it. I believe it's the Sufi tribe of people who even wear things around their nose so that they don't inadvertently kill a bug.
The Jains.
The Jains. Can you say it louder?
Jain, J-A-I-N.
Thank you. Thank you. So there are other people who are bothered. I know one thing. I have done the history of the Lower East Side. in paintings and in stories, where the purpose was, maybe if I show you that these people are wonderful, then maybe that way you wouldn't turn immigrant children away from the borders. I've made it be my job to pay back Anne Frank. Anne Frank, like me, was in hiding, but she was found, and she died in the concentration camp. Join me in fighting against the destruction of others. I love you all.
And can I read comments from people?
I'd love it.
Tammy Smith said that your drawing, the black and white drawing, is amazing. And Janine said yes. And Julie said, thank you for sharing your memories of that surreal day. Hard to believe that it was 20 years ago. We treasure our prints of your Union Square painting and the post 9/11 drawing. And Joe Tripp says, it's good to see everyone here. And then Marilou says, in that painting, where are you? You must be there. We need to see you there. Please.
I am there, but you don't see my face because I'm hugging Zenaida. Jessie took pictures, and I asked her, whoops.
Sorry, folks. Sorry.
Do you have her?
Yes, we're good.
Okay. My Zenaida, who was my little art student, and just like Kent from Sweden, I met her because of the painting of the Plaza Hotel, which is how I met you, Kent. And the Kenny who is doing the filming right now and the program, I'm going to email him that wonderful set of photos of when you hiked in Sweden. Thank you. Good night. I love you all.